These days, it's not easy getting a Josephine County Sheriff's deputy to respond to an emergency. Back in 2007, the sheriff's budget was slashed, cutting deputies and departments within the sheriff's office. Public safety levies have been defeated 6 different times since then. Last year, citizens elected a new sheriff, Dave Daniel. He says it's not easy to cover as much ground in the county as he would like to, but it wasn't always the case.
We used to have upwards of 35 deputies here in Josephine County, and they run a 24/7 with the detectives division, but that's just no longer.
Recent events in the county have put the lack of law enforcement back in the spotlight. There have been at least 4 fatal traffic accidents and 5 shootings since June. Daniel says having more patrol deputies could have prevented some of these from occurring.
You get the more drunks out driving because they're not stopped. You get the person that may go into somebody's house and commit murder because you maybe caught them driving, earlier or driving recklessly, that sort of thing.
The Josephine County Sheriff's Office currently has 8 patrol deputies. Daniel says they work 7 days a week, but not 24 hours a day. Oregon State Police is available to respond to calls after hours, but only for life-threatening situations.
It can be difficult sometimes to have deputies go from one side of the county to the other to respond to calls.
That's what's disheartening for us. We certainly don't mind doing it, but it's hard on the deputies as well to be able to almost be handcuffed themselves, which is really unfortunate.
The lack of law enforcement is also disheartening for citizens. Kayla Guthrie says she doesn't normally see more than 1 patrol car in Cave Junction.
I have an 8-month-old daughter, and it's kind of worries me that we have no law enforcement. I feel like this town's getting worse, and I want it to be more protected as she grows up.
Guthrie says there are problems she sees that law enforcement could cut down on.
And we've had quite a few crashes lately. People getting their houses broken into, their cars broken into. We've had a couple people killed, people murdered. And I just feel like if we actually have a cop around here, maybe people will realize that we have someone looking over us.
Fallen by a wagon load over behind the Waldo Hotel.
Roger Ramsey used to live in the county and says he experienced long response times.
You're just pretty much on your own out there unless it's a very, very serious situation. And this was back in the 80s, and it hasn't gotten any better. I live here in town now and feel a little safer.
Safety that may not improve in the county unless the citizens take more action. Covering your news, Will Maetzold, News 10.